Prince William just broke his silence and shocked the world. If you thought royal drama was reserved for the tabloids, think again. The latest revelation from Prince William has sent shockwaves across the UK and beyond. In a move that's equal parts jaw-dropping and eyebrow-raising, William has suggested that Prince Harry could be facing a UK investigation over allegedly hidden royal files. Yes, you read that right, hidden royal files. But what does it really mean? And why is everyone suddenly glued to their screens, waiting for the palace to spill more secrets? Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Let's dive deep, untangle the drama, and uncover the story behind the headlines. Grab your tea, because this royal ride is far from smooth. The bombshell announcement. What did William really say? Prince William is not one to speak out lightly, and when he does, people listen. During a recent event, his words caused an instant stir. The younger brother, Harry, might be in hot water over documents that were allegedly kept from the public eye, or perhaps even from palace insiders. William's phrasing was cautious but clear. There's concern, and it could escalate into a formal investigation. Now, imagine the palace halls buzzing. Not with royal etiquette, but with whispers and hurried footsteps. Staffers exchanging glances, security tightening, and journalists dialing every royal contact they know. The suggestion alone is enough to make headlines worldwide. But here's the kicker. The files in question reportedly contain sensitive information, possibly spanning official correspondences, family discussions, or even internal policies. And if true, that's a lot more than a casual oops. Curious yet? Well, hold on, because the implications are huge. Why hidden files matter more than you think. At first glance, secret files might sound like a spy thriller or a Hollywood plot. But within the monarchy, information is power. Every document, every memo, every letter carries historical significance and can influence decisions, public perception, or even international relations. Keeping files hidden, whether intentionally or accidentally, can have serious consequences. Think of it like this. You wouldn't want your most private emails suddenly exposed to your boss, right? Multiply that by centuries of history, global attention, and national scrutiny, and you can start to grasp the potential fallout. A mismanaged or hidden royal file isn't just paperwork. It's a possible political and personal powder keg. And that's exactly why William's comments ignited speculation. Is this a minor hiccup or the beginning of a much larger storm? The royal sibling dynamics. William versus Harry. If you've been following royal news, you know William and Harry have had their ups and downs. From their childhood adventures to more recent disagreements, their relationship is layered, emotional, and deeply scrutinized by the public. William's latest statements might not just be about the files. They could also reflect deeper tensions, differing visions of royal duty, or even a protective instinct toward the monarchy. Imagine family dinners where discussions about heritage, responsibilities, and secrecy are sprinkled with unspoken judgment and subtle digs. Royal life is a high-stakes balancing act, and every public statement carries weight. William breaking his silence might be as much about sending a message within the family as it is about informing the public. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. How will Harry respond? What could the investigation look like? So far, no formal investigation has been announced, but the hint alone has fueled speculation. A UK investigation could involve a detailed review of documents, interviews with palace staff, and consultations with legal experts. The process might be thorough, intense, and confidential, but the public and media would inevitably catch wind of updates. For Harry, this means navigating legal complexities, public perception, and the personal weight of scrutiny, all while maintaining his own life and charitable work. Imagine juggling family loyalty, legal obligations, and the global media spotlight. Stressful? Absolutely. But it also underscores the importance of transparency, communication, and careful decision-making when handling sensitive information. What we can learn from this situation. Beyond the intrigue and speculation, there are valuable lessons for all of us. Whether you're managing sensitive work projects, family secrets, or public responsibilities, the principle is the same. Clarity, honesty, and organization matter. Actionable takeaways. Keep thorough records. Documenting actions and communications reduces the risk of misunderstandings or accusations. Communicate clearly. Transparency within teams, families, or organizations can prevent unnecessary conflicts. Understand consequences. Every decision, especially with sensitive information, can have ripple effects that extend far beyond the immediate moment. Manage reputation proactively. In the digital age, perception is nearly as powerful as reality. Handling sensitive matters with care preserves trust and credibility. The public reaction, tweets, memes, and global fascination. Once news of William's comments hit the media, social media exploded. Twitter timelines flooded with speculation, memes, and heated debates. Some sympathized with Harry, framing the situation as a complex family matter. Others supported William, emphasizing duty, responsibility, and the sanctity of royal procedures. Hashtags trended, discussions flourished, and every detail, real or imagined, was analyzed and dissected. This reaction highlights a curious aspect of royal life. Even private matters become collective storytelling for millions. And as we follow the unfolding events, it's hard not to be drawn into the intrigue, imagining the palace corridors, hushed meetings, and subtle glances exchanged between siblings. A glimpse into royal strategy. Royal families have mastered the art of messaging over centuries. Every statement, gesture, and public appearance is carefully calibrated. William breaking his silence isn't just news, it's strategy. It signals concern, asserts authority, and subtly frames the narrative. For the public, it's compelling drama. For insiders, it's a move that may be intended to influence outcomes quietly, behind the scenes. The curiosity factor is critical here. What will happen next? Will there be negotiations? Legal reviews? Mediation between the brothers? Each scenario carries tension, intrigue, and the kind of human drama that transcends royal circles. Why you should care about this story? Even if you're not a royal enthusiast, this story resonates. At its core, it's about family dynamics, accountability, and the consequences of handling sensitive information poorly. It's also a reminder that even those in the highest positions, people who seem untouchable, face dilemmas, scrutiny, and pressure. We can all learn from their experiences, whether in leadership, relationships, or professional life. The drama, suspense, and moral complexity keep us engaged, but the lessons are universal. Integrity matters, transparency matters, and managing relationships, personal or professional, is never simple. Final thoughts: what comes next? As the dust settles and investigations potentially unfold, the world will be watching closely. Will Harry face legal scrutiny? How will this affect the royal family's public image? And, perhaps most intriguingly, how will the brothers navigate their relationship amid such high stakes? One thing is certain: the story isn't over. Royal watchers, journalists, and everyday readers alike are captivated by the drama, the human element, and the suspense of what comes next. And for those of us observing from afar, it's a reminder that even in the world of crowns, secrecy, and centuries-old traditions, transparency, honesty, and careful communication remain paramount. Call to action. Now it's your turn. What do you think will happen next? Will Prince Harry face investigation, or is this a family dispute that will resolve quietly? Share your thoughts in the comments, discuss with friends, and stay tuned for updates. This royal saga is unfolding in real time, and your voice is part of the conversation. Remember, every perspective adds depth to understanding the drama, the strategy, and the human stories behind it.